Hey, listen in, family. Welcome into the broadcast today of You Are Enough. People will lose their mind just like this narcissist has already. You cut people off completely. And not only did you cut somebody off completely, you went silent when you cut them off. You cut people off completely and you cut people off silently. You know how people used to give you the silent treatment? You know how people used to ignore you, to get under your skin, to get under your nerve, to get on your nerve, and to cause you to act out of character, to cause you to run and chase. See, that don't work anymore, because now the tables have flipped. Now the shoe is on the other foot. You have cut this person off silently, and you did it completely, and you did it without informing anybody. See, when you cut a person off completely, and when you cut a person off and you do it in a silent way, it really irritates and it really agitates that person. For one, they're not looking for you to do it. Number two, they don't think you have the strength to do it. Now these people will lose their mind. Anytime you cut somebody out of your life, family, without telling them, without giving them a warning that I'm cutting you off, without warning them that I'm getting ready to cut you off. I mean, not only I'm gonna cut you off, but I'm gonna cut you out of my life completely. See, when you don't give that final warning to that person to let them know I'm gonna cut you off today and I'm gonna cut you out of my life completely on today, see, they lose it. You tried to warn people, but they didn't get it. So now what people would do whenever you cut them off completely, whenever you cut people out of your life, I mean, when you do it in a silent way, now they got to go back to the drawing board. Now they got to try to figure some things out. There isn't anything to figure out. You're gone. You know, that's done. It's over. Their life isn't working out the way that they want it to work. See, you all listen to this today. See, this is why you never, ever in your life stoop low. When people come at you low, you just keep elevating. You keep going up and you keep soaring. You never lower your standards for narcissistic people. You never go low and you never take jabs. You never go below the belt. Even though people did you that way, you don't ever act that way. Don't ever react that way, and don't ever respond to people in this manner, because it shows the person who has the most strength and it shows the person who was the most bothered. You're not bothered anymore, but now they're bothered. You don't even care now. Now that person is caring. It's just something about God's people. It's just something about an anointed person that God give you. If you have an anointed person in your life, if you have a person that God has given you, I pray to God that you know how to cherish that person. And don't think that the grass will be greener on the other side. Don't think that this person can be replaced. Now listen to this. Now you might be able to replace a physical person, but the light that comes with that person, the loving nature that comes with that person, the respect, the honor, and the value that that person holds, you're not going to be able to find it, because that's why God gave it to you. God gave it to you to add to your life. God gave it to you to elevate your life. This is what God did for his people. He plants you in the lives of people who need it. And you had the grace of narcissist presence. You know why you had the grace of narcissist presence? Because you had to know your value. You had to learn that. You had to learn what to accept in life, and you had to finally learn what you were never going to allow in your life again. That narcissist taught you so much. One of the main things that a narcissist will teach you is how to love yourself and how to put your foot down and not to cross your own boundary that you set. This narcissist taught you that. Now the shoe's on the other foot. Tables turn. Tables flip. The roles are reversed. That's life. But they never thought they were going to get it. And they sure didn't think it would come by way of you. They never thought you would be the person that would teach them anything because they looked down on you. But now, look, their life is going to hell in a handbasket. Now their life isn't working out. Now they're wondering where these opportunities coming from. Now I don't get these same opportunities that I used to get. Why aren't I getting the same opportunities? Why aren't doors opening for me? Because you remove your halo, you remove your gift, you remove the person that God planted in your life so that you can have a window of opportunity. Now you're gone, family, and you did it without a trace. It's so powerful when you're quiet. You got to learn it, and you can't let the devil condemn you when you do it, because you are doing this for you. When you went silent, when you went ghost, and when you went away completely, people lost it because it finally clicked in their head that this person is gone. This person's not coming back in my life anymore. What am I going to do? Now they can see that you had this value, because where they were looking for it, they're not going to get it. That's just how the cookie crumble. See, this is why you never patty cake with the enemy. Don't play with him. See, when you patty cake and when you play around with the devil, he don't play with you. He don't play with me. He has a threefold ministry. He came to kill, he came to steal, and he came to destroy your life. God said, I came that you should have life and have it in abundance. And I come that it will overflow. You see how the enemy is a fraud? The Lord has a threefold ministry, and here comes the devil copycatting what God said for us. So the enemy says, so God came to give you life and you want an abundant life, and he came to give you a life where it overflows. The devil said, no, I can't have that. I'm coming in your life, but I'm not going to come as an enemy. I'm not going to come as a lion. I'm not going to come as deception. I'm going to fool you. And how I'm going to fool you is I'm going to conform to light. I'm going to conform to a person that you really wanted me to be, but underneath, I'm really not that person. But you kept going back. You kept going back. And you finally put your foot down. You were quiet. What you did, family, people didn't see that coming. They didn't think you had it in you to do. You went silent. But see, you've always gone silent. They didn't think it was anything new. And you went cold for a little while. They weren't worried because they always knew you would warm back up to them. But the day you left and the day you finally made your mind up to go, and without warning, that killed people. It crushes the heart of a narcissist. It crushes the heart of people with big egos, because you didn't even give them a warning that you were leaving. You did it quietly, and you're supposed to. You move in silence. You move without telling people your moves. See, when you begin to tell your moves to people, then they have that advantage over you. When you went silent and left this person completely, their life fell to the ground because they didn't expect for you. Let me tell y'all something about God. When you truly belong to the Lord, you're not going to stay in a place where you can't grow. God's not going to allow you to stay in that place. If God has to come in and cause a storm to push you out of that place, he's going to do whatever he needs to do to get you out of that place, because God can afford for the dreams, the gifts, the talents, the abilities that he has given you. He can't afford for those things to stay dormant on the inside of you. Some of you will never be the person that you are today with a different person in your life. That old person, those old people that you were surrounded by, you'll never be the person that you want to be. You'll never have what you want to have in your life. You'll never be successful with certain people in your corner. Why? Because God tells us, he says, evil communications corrupt good manners. You got a desire to grow, and now you're around people who don't have a desire to grow. You're not going to grow because they're going to talk you out of it. You went silent and you left completely. You were getting yourself together, so you got to get yourself together. This is what God wants you to do. This is what God wants all of us to do. He wants us to get ourselves together. And when you get yourself together, you got to keep yourself together. Don't be going back and forth to people who are destroying your life. Why do you go back? You know why we go back, family? We're going to go back until we're tired of it. When you get sick and tired of a situation, you're going to change it. I don't care how much people pray for you. I don't care how much counsel you get. I don't care how much support that people give you. If you're not tired and sick and tired of something, you're going to be like a dog returning to its own vomit. You're going to keep going back to that nasty situation. You're going to keep going back to that toxic situation until you are fed up. And some of you are fed up, and when you became fed up, you shut down. You shut down and you went quiet and you got yourself together when you realized you had things in order, how you needed them to be in order so you can have a better life so that your mental health could heal. You left. And you left without warning. You left without a trace. You left without telling anybody anything. And this is what destroys anybody. This is what destroys and kills the ego of people who think you will never leave. This is going to help somebody today. Why don't you share the message? Why don't you like the video for me? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Thank all of you for what you do daily. Jump over to Instagram and give me your support over there, family. I love all of you. Hang in there. Just remember that the best is truly yet to come for all of you. Bye-bye.